Hello, everyone. It's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another quick and easy fun fold card on my Tuesday tips for March 2022. Today's card is a shadow box card. I'm going to reveal the secrets to making this quick and easy card. It is truly a wow card. Your friends will be amazed when you mail this card, but we'll just keep it between us how quick and easy it is to make. Just a few scoring lines and this card will be made like that. So let me show you the cards we're going to create today. See how nice these cards are, that they have such great dimension. But what you're going to love more than that is they fit into a medium-sized envelope. So yes, these cards can go through the mail. It's time to get creating. Let's go make some incredible shadow box cards. If you've never created a shadow box card, guys, today is your lucky day. You're going to learn how easy these are. They are a huge wow. We're going to create our daisy friendship card today. And guys, let me tell you, it uses so little supplies. For such a wow, look at this. For this card, I'm going to use Pacific Point, just half a sheet. It's 4 1/4 by 11 inches. We're also going to need some Daffodil Delight cardstock. That's cut about 3 1/4 by 11. That's for our fabulous daisy. I've got a piece of basic white cardstock, 3 1/4 inch by 4. And the last thing is a small ribbon. I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen window pane ribbon. I thought this one was going to look really nice. Guys, that's it. Now, the magic is going to come right here. Let's do some scoring on our cardstock. Now, I said I was teaching you the easy way. The first thing I did is I scored at 5 1/2. I'm going to bring in a matching ink pad in Pacific Point. My stamp set for today, we are going to create with the Daisy Lane stamp set. I love this one. Of course, I just love daisies, and I wanted to bring in a really bright color. We're going to use this little daisy right here, and we're going to stamp randomly all over this side of our cardstock. So where that score line is, we don't want to go beyond it. One of my tips for that is to go ahead and fold and kind of stamp off here on the edges. That way, we don't have to worry about going beyond our score line. And we can just kind of fill in. Now, I'm going to tell you, we're going to be cutting a circle right here. I'm not going to mess with the middle. It's not going to make any difference at all, so we're just going to leave that alone. And we'll just continue to stamp. Let me get one more right there. Like I said, that's going to be cut out. When your stamping's done, we're going to do some more scoring here, because now we're going to create the shadow box. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip this over. And let me tell you, we have a lot of scoring. So guys, there's also a free download for today's card. So you'll be able to get all these score lines over there at SimplySimpleStamping.com, or just look down in the YouTube description. It'll take you right to my blog post so that you can get the download for this. Here we go. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Then we're going to come over to 4 1/2 inches and 5 inches. Now remember, we already scored it at 5 1/2, so that one's already on there. Now we're going to go 6 and 6 1/2, coming all the way down to 10 and 10 1/2. I'm going to give those to you one more time. 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2, 6, 6 1/2, 10, and 10 1/2. Like I said, I think you'll be happy that you have the download. All right, so you can see this is the front of our card. That part is pretty obvious. Let's go ahead and die cut our circle to create the shadow box. You can really use any type of die for this, any kind of shape. I'm going to go ahead and go with a circle. And how to know what size circle? Well, you know what? I want you to see, I'm going to fold these 2 score lines down, because that's my opening, okay? That is my only opening right there. So that's going to kind of help me see, like I might be pushing it with that. That's a little bit big. Let's go a little bit smaller, and we can just kind of play with it. I think I'm going to go down one more step. I don't know. I think that's a little too small. That's how I figure out what size die. You just want to kind of say, okay, what kind of space do I want there? But you want to make sure you have room all the way around. Now we are going to do a quick little die cut. I told you it's a fast card. I'm going to center the circle die there up in between those two lines. There we go. I can add my top cutting plate. I'm going to run that through my machine. All right, we have that cut, and so with that, that is the base of our card. So now we're going to come in and we're going to do some folding, and you're going to want your bone folder for this. So I'm going to fold it in half. So there's that 5.5 inch. Now we're just going to kind of accordion fold backwards. So we're going to go here. Be very careful when you're starting to do your bone folder around that opening. So let's go ahead and get this side, and we'll give these a score, or a kind of good crease there with our bone folder. By the way, if you find out, oh no, I creased the wrong way, it's not a problem. Go ahead and go back over it the other way. In fact, it might even help you, because sometimes just having some nice flexibility in your cardstock is really a great thing. So don't worry if you didn't fold, or, oh, I creased the wrong way. It's all good. You can go back and make any changes you need to. That, I hope you can see, is kind of the start of our card. We're not going to put it together just yet. We want to go ahead and stamp in here. So I'm going to flatten that out for just a minute so that I can stamp here on that basic white cardstock that was going inside. Just like that. All right, we're going to bring in another stamp from Daisy Lane. We're going to bring in this leaf and the word friend. And I'm going to take my Memento Black ink pad, and I'm just, you know what, just to play it safe, I'm going to put myself just a tiny little dot of adhesive right there. And when I opened my ink pad, I got ink on my fingers. I know we've all gone through that one, right? Well, guess what? You're not even going to see that, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, that's just going to allow me, I just want to hold that down, all right? Just a little dot. I'm going to take the word friend, and I'm going to stamp that right there at the top. That now kind of sets the tone for my card, and I can open it up. Now let me bring in Granny Apple Green and this gorgeous leaf image. And really, I kind of have the option to just kind of stamp wherever I want here. So let's get one about right there. Kind of fills in very nicely. All right, now I am going to go ahead and remove this, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere it down for good. Why didn't I do that at the beginning? Well, I wasn't sure if my image would go off my cardstock, and if it was, I sure didn't want that to get on my card. So we are going to adhere that right inside. Cards coming together. So let's go ahead and start to seal everything up. Okay, this is really the fun part. Don't forget to head over to simplysimplestamping.com to grab your free download for today's cards. In that download, you're going to have the measurements, my supply list. You can even order straight off of that free download as well. You can print it, save it to your computer. It's going to be a very valuable resource when you go to recreate the card. Just look down in the YouTube link. You'll find what you're looking for. So we can see there's the middle of our card. I'm going to take my adhesive, and I'm going to go all the way down that inside flap. So when I seal that down, you can see that's what we're doing. We're sealing that outside flap on the fold. Now we're going to do the same thing here. You guys are just going to be blown away at how easy this card is. Now we'll put adhesive right there. I am simply going to fold it over, and my friends, that's it. That's it. Oh my gosh, it's all about those score lines, and we're ready to go. We need to decorate, so let's do a little decorating. I had you cut a piece of Daffodil Delight, and we're going to bring in a Daffodil Delight ink pad and this giant, gorgeous flower. Now, we're going to be using our punch, our daisy punch, and I want you to notice the direction of the petals, because we want to make sure when we go to punch this, we stamped it correctly. It's not a hard thing, but you see, I want my petals going straight up and down. That's just going to make things easy when I go to punch. We're going to stamp this 3 times, and then using the matching punch, we will punch all of our daisies out. And now what we want to do is we're going to put 2 of our daisies together just with a little bit of adhesive. But I don't want you to center them. I want you to kind of go about 1/3 over, because see, we have 3 flowers. That's going to make for a really nice deep daisy. See the difference? It's really nice. Now for this last one, I'm actually going to use a Stampin' Dimensional. Stampin' Dimensionals just give it a little bit of extra something. So we'll add that one right there in the middle, and now we have that gorgeous full daisy. We're going to add that down here to the bottom of our card, but I want you to be aware of something. When my card is mailed, it's going to go flat like this. So I don't have to worry about whether or not my daisy is hanging off this edge. As long as when I'm flat, it's not hanging off this edge, I'm good to go. And of course, we don't want it hanging off the bottom. So it's going to go about right there. Now, we only want adhesive right here because remember, our card's popping up. So we don't want any adhesive on our flower. We only want the adhesive right here. So we're going to lay some Stampin' Seal right there. I don't want to cover up the word friend in any way, so I'm just going to kind of play. I think I'm going to put that right there, and look at that. My daisy is secure. It's not going anywhere. Now we're going to do a little bit more embellishing to this. I've got that ribbon bow that I made from that evening evergreen. Let's add that right up here in the corner because it kind of polishes it off. And I'm going to add something a little blingy right here. Champagne rhinestones. This is going to make this look so nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a rhinestone right in the middle of my flower. And then I'm going to take some of these medium ones here. So that was a large one. And now I'm just going to put these medium ones all the way around. I think it looks like I fit about 5. Nope, I would be wrong. Let's make that 6. So we'll add our last little rhinestone right here. I love the additional bling. Now, as I said, this fits into an envelope. Let me prove that. There is a Stampin' Up! White envelope, medium. It's going to slide right inside. Oh my goodness, yes it does. And yep, so you can mail this card. So when your friend gets this card and it just pops open and they know they can display that card, they're going to be wowed. And you just saw me do it. It was easy. Now, of course, we're going to stamp here on our envelope. I'm just simply going to add a blue daisy there and stamp the word friend. So now I have a pretty decorated envelope to go along with my card. I've got one more card I want to share with you. So this one I did with my basic white thick cardstock. And do you notice my die cut? I didn't use the circles on this one. I used the layering dioramas. So yeah, I thought I'd just change it up. Like I said, any die that you have that's going to create that opening, you can use that. There's my matching envelope. This was done with the Hello Ladybug bundle. By the way, this daisy comes in that bundle or in the stamp set. And look, there is a medium daisy punch. And I was able to punch that one out. This one I just did too. And yeah, it was such a great and easy card. And I loved the bright colors, the granny apple green, the daffodil delight, the black, the real red. It was just an amazing card. So guys, you are ready. You are so ready to start sending out some fabulous shadow box cards because now you know the easy way. Thank you again so much for joining me. If you liked today's video, would you give me a thumbs up on YouTube? I so appreciate that. And if you have not subscribed, take a moment to click the great big red subscribe button so YouTube can notify you whenever I'm back with a new video. Thank you all again. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.